welcome to today's episode of D&D. I'm Toby, your Dungeon Master, and today is episode number 23. 23. Boom. I never get to do this without interference, but I'm not alone. I am joined by these guys. As you can see, Marcus/Dominic is not with us today, so in case anyone feels like talking to Dominic, or in case anything happens that involves Dominic, I will be portraying Mr. Dominic Grimdale. So let's do a quick round of introduction, starting with Kevin.
Oh my god! My name is Frederick. I am playing Kevin Riddlewood, the level 4 Dwarven Monk. And I can't find my sheet, but here it is.
In case you forgot your character.
Yeah, and Deception, no. I have none. No, yeah, that was me.
Perfect. Yeah, my name is Mikkel. I'll be portraying the role of Seek, the Satyr Sorcerer.
And I am Emil, and I will be playing Gong, the bard, the half-orc, and who is also the brother of Dominic, played by Marcus, who's not here. Hi.
And my name is Julian, and I will be playing Barzoom, the Tiefling Wizard, my character who is level 4, and that's it.
That is it.
And that's it.
Let's do a quick recap of what happened in the previous session. And today we go with Barzoom.
Alright, so
remember, don't recap next session or the session before that, but last session.
Next time we're gonna play.
It's only Kevin who has so far managed to recap future sessions. Did I? You tried to anyway. You thought you did.
Well,
You thought you did.
I think I do.
In session 22, we started off with myself, Barzoom, and Jimbo, Mr. Gong, at lot 18. And we went inside to see what might be in there. And we found a box with illusion aura, and we found out that the doors and the windows had some kind of abjuration spell residue on them. We found some fake tunics once again in the building, and started to think how it could be connected with the kobolds being there and being killed by this mysterious guy from last session. We also, in the box, we found 2 masks, 2 silk masks, and we bring it all with us. We make our way back to the city, and Kevin and Dom are now sitting in a tavern. They try to get close to some people that they want to get some information from, and they accidentally, or actually not accidentally, spill their beers on 2 patrons and buys them new beers as an apology. They talk to a guy named Rick, and or they talk about a guy named Rick who got killed by some half-orcs. Then they kind of connect some dots and decide to go to Santala's Rest. And that is where we meet up with them. And then we fill each other in on what we've experienced in our rooms, or in our one room. And then I, Barzoom, identify the silk masks and find out that they are indeed masks of illusion. And turns out that if you put them on, you can use the spell Disguise Self. Mm-hmm. So we disguised ourselves, some of us with magic, some of us with the masks, and we went to the temple where Seek was, where we knew Seek was to be. Mm-hmm. We meet up with Neilrim and some clerics, and we explain, or he explains to us that Seek is resting, and then we show him the masks, and he tells us they're made of a very special fabric from Espurta, the home of the Denehir family, which is very interesting. We tell him some more information, and Dom tells him about his vision. And that makes Neilrim kind of freaked out. So he decides he needs to go, and he starts to mumble something weird, and then Barzoom, I cast Comprehend Languages. And I find out that he says something about the gates that will open. and I recognize the language as the Sylvan language, which is the language of the Fey Wilds. And we sleep at the temple, and when we wake up, we hear screams and shouts, and we go down to find Seek in the middle of a big room with a huge fireball above his chest, I believe. And that is where the session was ended last time.
You're on fire.
And Zeke wasn't here last time, so this is a good info that he is indeed kind of on fire, perhaps, maybe, we'll see.
Column of fire.
So that's what happened in the previous session. Thank you so much for the thorough recap, Barsoon. You know
That
what?
is you.
You know what? Just because we haven't done that before, I will give you
Inspiration?
one inspiration for a thorough recap. Good job on you. You now have one inspiration to use whenever you see fit. And with that said, let's play some D&D. As we start today's session, Seek wakes up. And as he opens his eyes, looking around, he finds that he is not in the comfort of where he was last awake, in the infirmary in the All Faith Temple in Cremor. Instead, he finds himself in, as he looks up into the ceiling, a wooden ceiling, and looks around and sees that out by the front door it looks sunny. The sun is up, there's grass, an element he hasn't seen in quite a few days at this point, and he sees people running around in the outsides.
Winterhold?
I start
You are a dragon ball.
walking towards the door.
As you sit up on the bed and stand up, you can't help but feel like something is different. Not just where you are, but it's as if your vision isn't compromised, but as you look down to the ground, you find yourself to be much closer to the ground than what you would normally be. And as you kind of take your hands out and look at yourself, you feel that your arms aren't grown out as you used to be. As a matter of fact, when you look down your body and your torso, you look like a small child. You start making your way towards the exit of the room that you're in, and as you get out to the entrance, there isn't really a door, it's more of a curtain you can open two ways. You look out into what appears to be a small town square, but it's not braked out or with cobblestones in any way, it's just kind of a dirt square, and where in Little Oak you've had this massive tree in the middle, there isn't a whole lot more than just a few rocks, or stones I suppose, put on top of one another. There's a few other houses around, and everywhere you see that isn't your houses. It's as if the entire town, or village I suppose, is surrounded by treetops. So big and, what do you call it, bloomed treetops that you can barely even see the sky above. You stand and you look out for a second, and after looking around and maybe feeling a little weird about everything that's going on, you see what appears to be a satyr come walking around the corner looking at you going, Seek! Seek, look what I found! And as you feel like you want to react, it's as if your body reacts before you are able to make the conscious decision. Make a constitution saving throw.
4 or 5, I think so. Yes, that's 6.
The satyr, a child as well, similar height as your own, looks at you and goes, Come on, Seek, it's just down here by the river! And he turns around and it pretty much instantly starts sprinting, and again you just feel how your body starts moving with him down towards the water. And as you make your way down towards the creek, you see over on the other side people fishing, both satyrs. There's a couple of elves. Not that you've met many elves in your life, but you recognize the pointy ears and the more pale skin that at least these elves have. And this young satyr looks down towards what appears to be it is just a little group of bushes kind of bunched together, and he starts clearing them apart from one another. And as you both look on down, you see what appears to be a not small, but this size rock, but completely dark purple and kind of shining as if with a pulse of a kind. And he looks at it and goes, Should we tell the others about it, or should we just keep it for ourselves? And he just looks at you.
We should keep it to ourselves.
I hoped you'd say that, but well, I guess you're the one with the backpack. I could go get mine, but it is a little far away, so how about if we just get yours? And again, before you even react, you just feel how your body turns around and starts running back to the same room that you just came out of. Fetch your backpack, come back down, and you're now standing again down by this set of bushes where you stand together. You see yourself starting to open this backpack, kind of hold it out, and this other young satyr looks at you first and looks down going, I suppose what's the worst that could happen? And he picks it up, and as soon as he picks it up, you see how this purple glow before becomes wider, and he just looks at it, becomes incredibly terrified, and drops it going, Oh, this is not a normal rock. Seek, maybe you should just put it in the bag. And you see yourself looking at him, there's no immediate reaction coming, but you put your back down and pick it up, and as you pick it up, you feel as if you know how when you touch an electric fence, it's not like a massive pain, but it's like a tingle that quickly goes through your entire body. You feel that same tingle going through you, and you look at it, and something about this rock just, despite it, again, it's not a pain, but it's obviously you can feel this pulsing feeling throughout your body. You don't want to let go of it. So you hold this, and as you're about to put it in the bag, again, something within you doesn't really want to let go of it, and this satyr next to you looks at you going, See, maybe we should tell the others about this. And as you look at the rock, and you look down yourself, kind of in the same view, you see how your feet slowly start disappearing. And this satyr goes, Seek, what's happening to your feet? And he just runs off. You hear him yelling for help. And as you stand kind of stunned with this, or paralyzed with this rock in your hand, you just see slowly your thighs, your torso, everything starting to disappear. And as it, like this feeling of, I suppose, I mean, if you had just carried something real heavy and you let go of it, as it kind of reaches your throat, it stops by your head, goes out towards your arms, and all of a sudden all you can see is a set of hands, your own hands, holding this rock. And the last thing you hear is a person that, as you look to the side, seems a male satyr that looks incredibly familiar to you. Just goes, Seek! Let go of that rock! And you look at him, and you pass out. As you pass out, you immediately after wake up. One moment. As you pass out, you wake up again to the feeling of an immense heat. An immense heat above your chest, above your face, and you find yourself lying on the ground, looking up into, if you didn't know any better, the sun, essentially. You find yourself lying, in the same room that you arrived to yesterday, being the Great Hall of the All Faiths Temple, and you just see above you this massive ball of fire. But it's as if no matter what you try and do with your arms, you're in the same sort of paralyzed position where your limbs can't move, your eyes can blink, but even shaking like your head is impossible. You can't breathe through your mouth. All you can do is breathing through your nose as you lay down on your back and stare into this essentially fireball. And that is where everyone else comes into the room. You find yourself, all of you, in the center of the room. You can take your figures. Seek, put yourself on the thank you. And everyone else is coming out of the bedroom down here on the left side. Oh, sorry, right side. You're all coming out down from here. So you would be standing up here like this, something like that. And all of you see this massive fireball, essentially the same size as this thing above. See, kind of in the middle, imagine there being 7 to 10 meters to the top of the ceiling in this hall. And somewhere in the middle, you just see what looks to be, I mean, again, none of you have ever seen the sun up close. But what you would appear to be, it's not just a ball of fire, it's a pulsating, massive fireball, essentially, hanging there above Seek. And you see how it's, again, kind of pulsing in and out constantly. And you heard the scream before as you started sprinting out, and you see both Priest Valdin coming out from his office, which you know to be the room down here, comes sprinting out towards you. And he looks at that thing and just stops immediately going, what's going on? And as he sees Seeks on the ground, he just looks to all of you.
We don't know. No. We came out like this.
Get everyone out of here! Get everyone out of here! And he sprints into the infirmary where essentially he disappears for a second. And the rest of you now standing looking down towards Seek.
I think I'm gonna go for this door and open it up to see if anyone's in there.
Yes. You would know that there isn't. Sorry. You would know that there isn't anyone down there.
Okay, cool. Then I don't go for that door.
I mean, you know, as a matter of fact, you go down there and you open the door and you see that it's empty. The chairs and everything are in there, but there's no one in the room.
All right, I want to check this room over here to see if there are anyone.
Yes, the infirmary over there is where
over him if you want
the infirmary over there. Sorry, is where you just saw Valdin sprint into.
Okay.
Oh.
And as you make your way in that direction, you see him immediately coming out, kind of carrying over his shoulder what appears to be
Injured?
What do you call it? Injured person. I mean, again, you know this is where Seek was put to begin with as well, so you know this is where they keep people with, again, no massive injuries, but
Are there
anything minor they can fix.
Are there more in there?
There's one more person lying on a bed, and Valdin looks to you. Please help me!
Yes.
Help me get him out!
Is the
I do that.
Yeah.
the fire here, is that spreading or is it just
It
in the
is,
middle?
again, is turning as if, again,
Okay,
the
cool.
sun, but pulsating within the same space. Yeah.
Did we manage to get a long short rest before this?
You had a...
I think we actually got a long rest
I
before
think
we
I
went
gave
to the
you
chapel.
a long rest, didn't I?
Yeah, before we went to the chapel.
Great.
Yeah,
Before you went to the chapel.
yeah, we got a long rest there, I think.
I haven't
No,
gotten
you
a
went to
long
bed
rest.
at the chapel.
Oh yeah.
I
think we
don't
decided
remember,
to go
because
straight
I don't
there.
remember, you got a long rest at the chapel.
Awesome.
I'm gonna use all the key
You
points.
see a person, a half-orc, Basum, lying in the bed. Again, no massive injuries, but you can see as you look down towards his leg that he is currently in, what do you call it?
Bandages.
Yeah, he's in bandages and clearly in the middle of a process of getting healed back up, and he kind of sits up on the edge of the bed and says, "Is everything okay?"
There's a situation, but I think we have it under control. Just follow me. Do you have a cane or something?
He looks over to the side, grabs what looks like
Yeah.
a cane, kind of gets up, and could you?
I'll help you. I'll
And he
help you.
Puts his hand over his shoulder. I mean, again,
Yes.
pretty big fella.
Yes.
You walk out with him, and as
Yes.
you make your way into the exit, you see that down by the front door, Valdin is currently opening up
Right.
the door.
I bring him over there.
and trying to
I think I'm gonna
trying to
help
get him out.
open those doors.
Me too.
Again, you see these as both of you, Kevin and Gump, make your way or start making your way down towards the entrance. You see this ball of fire in the air, as if, you know, when, I don't know what the scientific explanation is in English, but you know when the sun has its sun, what do you call it?
Rays.
Sun flares.
Rays, thingies that come out from the sun sometimes. It's as if they come out, but in the midst of this, there's something forcing them back in.
Is it expanding or is it
It is
the
still, I
same?
mean, it's still,
Okay.
you can't, it doesn't have a clear defined sphere shape because it's, I mean, it's fire essentially, so it's constantly moving, but there's nothing indicating that it's growing.
Okay.
But
those
you
flares
see
are like-
every time the flares come out as if wanting to ignite something, they get sucked back kind of in the middle.
That thing looks unstable.
I want to try to cast Detect Magic in that area just to see if I can identify
Should we,
the spell,
Put the map up as well
if that's possible.
The map?
on Twitch.
Sorry, yes, I did. So fast.
For the views.
For the viewers,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Look at this splendid map.
Yeah, let me just actually, for the sake of everything.
Now it's time for our sponsors.
Yes. A very special thank you to
The map program.
yes, Dungeon Draft.
So I'm not gonna allow you to do that right now
Okay.
because you're currently helping
That's fair.
guy out.
All right.
But as you get him out to the front door, you see that Valdin is standing out front, and as he opened the door again, Tremor, pretty busy place, and the All Faith Temple literally leads out to the most busy street in Cremor. So people are already now stopping and starting to look in, going, "Hey, what's going on in there?" And slowly, I mean, a crowd is being gathered, and because the crowd's being gathered, traffic is starting to stop, and therefore more and more people are starting to group out in front, looking and just seeing, kind of up the staircase, seeing this massive fireball. And the Valdin's going, it's all right, everyone. Just don't worry. We need to get everyone out of here. Did you get everyone?
Was there any more?
There was no more in the infirmary, but I don't know if about any of the other smaller rooms.
And as he's kind of listening to you, he's continuing going, it's okay, everyone. We just just an incident, it's alright. And he gets back in, kind of looks at you to get you back in as well, and he just closes off the door.
Right.
And it's not really a wooden lock, but he clearly locks the door from inside.
Right.
We need to get this under control.
Of course.
Is there anything that you can do that could help mitigate what we're currently seeing? And again, see, you're hearing all this, but I don't know if you're even trying to, but everything you do, you can't. It's as if all your limbs are asleep. All you can do is have your eyes open, look up at this firebolt, and just hear what's going on.
What happens if we try and move Seek?
Try it.
Worth a try.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll run up to Seek.
You start, which direction are you coming from? Just down there. As you make your way past the fire, the initial
Brazier.
which is not by any means a big fire. I just didn't have any small fire, so it's just it's just
go
lit.
through the lava lake.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 13.
As soon as you come past him, you feel heat, obviously from the fire that the brazier you're standing right next to, but the heat from in front of you is immense. And as much as you want to move forward, you can feel like as you move, like take a step further, obviously you're not sprinting.
No.
So as you take a step further, you can just feel how your skin on your face essentially starts boiling. It's a complete over-exaggeration.
Melting.
But you know what I mean. This is feeling too warm for you to get anywhere near.
Okay.
Is there any water nearby?
You know that there is water in one of the back room down on the right side, because that's where you had went to fetch it last time. They have some barrels with water in them. Yes.
Right. I'm gonna cast my unseen servant.
Yeah.
And make it try and pass this and fetch some water.
As you, send him past, gets him through the door. How much can the unseen servant carry? If anything
1
at all?
pound.
It has a strength of 2.
Strength of 2.
So I don't know.
It doesn't explicitly say what it can carry. Unseen servant.
Not that I can
Because I don't think you can use it for carrying things.
Fetching things, he can fetch things.
Well, it does say fetch things.
Yeah.
Okay. I will allow you not to bring in then a full barrel, but just a couple. But like if it was in a well, like a bucket of water. Yeah. And I will say this, before you even get to that point, this fireball is probably 3 by 3 meters big.
Yeah.
I think Gonk, just so I'm not spending any of your spell slots unnecessarily, know that a bucket of water against a fireball of this size is probably not going to have a massive impact. It's just the DM trying to be kind.
I'm just thirsty.
In that case, then by all means.
You're feeling the heat. I want to try
I'm not going to tell you what you can do, but I'm just now telling you what's probably going to happen if you do.
No, I want to bring my unseen servant back here with the.
If you want to, you can also have not cast it. I should have been more upfront about that.
I would like to not cast it.
Yes, you have not cast your unseen servant, but you, obviously started looking for water, and you know for a fact that there is water in the background.
Yeah.
Where did was it Balvin? Where did he come from in here?
Balvin, yes, he came from his office.
He came from his office. All right, I want to try to see if I can get past here without, seeing that Kevin is struggling with the heat. Trying to get past here to see if there are anyone in here.
Standing down by the brazier, and as you make your way past again, you feel the heat from the flame, but it actually doesn't feel that bad to you.
To me, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
That's weird. All right, so I look in these.
That's a lot of off by.
I try to look in these rooms right here.
You quickly, there aren't really doors in front of these, it's more just ropes in front of the rooms. You just quickly look for all of them, there's no one in there.
All right.
By the way, Kevin, make a perception check.
Yeah, I don't see a thing. That's a 7.
You try, right now, everything you do is trying to find out a way to get the seek, but at the same time you're very limited by the fire in front of you.
Can I try to go on my stomach and see if I can crawl?
Yes, but as you get down on your stomach and start moving forward again, now it's just on the top of your head. You're just feeling
the balls
heat.
I don't. Oh, that's why I don't have fun anymore.
I feel like your hair burned off. Now you don't have it anymore. No. That would have been the best net one ever to roll right now.
Yeah.
You see again with the pulsing of the music, they come every now and again. Every time you move within the area of, as you move past as well, you feel like coming towards you, but again it being flung away just prior to reaching. As if this fireball has a
conscience.
At least it's aware of what's around it. With the way, because it's not just random flickers. You saw it come down towards you.
Okay,
and the same thing for you, Seek, as you made your way past. It came towards you, but was pulled back. Bassoon, yes, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
But was pulled back in the middle of the motion.
Right, I would like to cast try and do what the Bassoon did and cast the Detect Magic.
Yes, as you use Detect Magic, I'm gonna break how the spell works a little bit, but I'm gonna say this. You feel such an intense amount of magic that you cannot decipher it. There's simply too much going on. If you imagine, this is just the way I imagine how Detect Magic works. So let's say it's an abjuration spell. You see it as a blue glare. An evocation spell, you see it as a red glare. This, as soon as you kind of get that aura sent out, it just shines so bright with magic force that it's simply too much for you to kind of try and decipher.
Right, I think I take a step back and crouch down and
it's not that you would actually have your eyes hurt, but you are incredibly overwhelmed by the amount of magic coming out of this.
Still, I'm trying to shake my head and then I shout,
There's so much magic going on, I can't decipher it.
Shit. I want to try to cast Detect Thoughts on Seek to see if I can hear if he's thinking anything.
As you look down to Seek and you use Detect Thoughts, does it visualize anything for you, or do you hear it as words? Detect Thoughts.
You can read the thoughts of a certain creature. When you cast a spell, your action focus your mind.
What you hear, it's only for a split second, but what you hear is a voice that isn't Seek's going, Seek! Seek, where are you? And that's all you hear.
Okay, I want to try to see if I can go closer, feeling that the heat wasn't that affecting me. See if I can get closer to him.
Stay up on the kind of the plateau above. You make your way down towards the staircase. Again, it's not like you can't feel it at all, but it's not as warm as would be. You make your way down the first set of stairs. Again, it's getting warmer, but you're reaching a point now where you need to commit to it.
Yes, okay. I want to try to really get in close, see if I can touch him.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
No! Saving throw. I tried. That's a 5.
You make your. Do you remember now why? No, never mind.
No, I need to save it. You don't know what happens. I will use it.
Fair enough. You try to make your way in, and you see for the first time ever your skin, as red as it is, it starts. Again, it's the first time you ever see your skin react to anything. Like you've never had a tan the same way that probably Kevin gets really red really fast in the sun. but for the first time ever, you're feeling your skin actually be impacted by the amount of heat that you're walking into. As you get really close, down the bottom of the stairs, it's essentially, again, not that Bassoon would have ever experienced it, but imagine putting your head into a fireplace, essentially, is what you're feeling. And it forces you back to the set of the stairs. And as you make your way back, you see how it's not a face, but in this ball of fire, how just a part of it comes down to you, and as it's again, there's no mouth or anything, but you just feel that something is coming down towards you, but being forced back into the ball of fire again, and you see it as well as you you don't lie on your back, but you move down, and then you just sense it again, being very aware that this ball of fire is coming towards you. Valdin, now being back in with you guys, looks to all of you and goes, I've never seen anything like this before. I wish Neilran was here. Maybe he could make sense of it. Let me go to my office. Maybe I have. And he just he looks panicky. Just going,
Do we have a way of contacting Neilran?
No.
He heads to his office. He doesn't close the door behind him, but he heads into his office.
I think I just shout at him. Like, I figured that it has some sort of conscience, right? Or was it only Barsun?
You also it.
Yeah, okay. It has a conscience of its own!
I want to try something. I want to try to see if I can cast Ray of Frost into the fireball.
Love the cue.
It happens once every 6 minutes.
And we know
a ranged attack?
A ranged attack, you say?
You know what? It's a very big target.
Yeah.
It's very easy to hit. What is your max HP?
22.
You take...
You're gonna kill us.
16 damage.
Woo!
As you shoot this ray of frost, you just see how it vanishes, and kind of in the same motion, it gets sucked in. You're just instantly met by a fire return. As a matter of fact, as a tiefling, are you resistant to fire damage?
Oh, it casts fire back at me?
Yes.
All right, let me just...
And then I use Hellish Rebuke, and then it uses Hellish Rebuke. And it's hitball.
Let me see, where do I see...
You pick 4 cards up. No, you pick 4 cards up.
Features and traits.
Features and traits. Let me just check 1 second.
It also...
Spellcasting, Arcane Recovery.
Isn't it under your saving throws as well?
It's under your racial traits.
Racial traits. I have resistance to fire damage.
You take 8 damage.
Oh,
Okay.
much better.
So,
And in the same motion, you can just feel how the fire, while not burning you the same way it would have burned others, forces you down on your back. Like you're literally stumbling back on the top step of the staircase, on your back, just looking at this immense fire, and you can see now how it's pulsing even more than it was before.
oh, don't attack it. Oh.
What kind of spell did you use?
An ice spell.
I run into Val.
I would like to-
I think.
Can I think to the entity? Or to the thing? Please don't hurt him.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
This is a magical effect, right?
No.
22 still.
You lay down and you think, saying again, you didn't see Bassoon get hit, but you just lay down on your back and you just feel this pulse, and you heard obviously the scream or the sound from Bassoon and yelled, "Don't attack it!" as he got hit by the fire, and I'm sure there would have been some sort of verbal reaction from the rest of the group as they saw Bassoon get flung back with fire. As you say this, you just hear a voice saying, Let me in. And the 3 of you didn't hear any of that.
No.
I would like to cast a
step away.
Whispers on it.
What?
Dissonant Whispers
Yes.
as a level 2 spell on the ball of fire.
I'm gonna run into Val.
We really need you. We need a grown-up
Whisper assistant. Only one creature with a choice within range can hear, rattling with terrible pain. Yes.
It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw of
The
12.
just
Yes.
inspecting. So,
It's
fire, you
succeeds.
say? Fire.
I did not roll a die.
Ice and fire.
Oh,
Roll a die.
As you try and do this, you feel no immediate. It's as if, as a matter of fact, there is a response. Where are you standing? You're standing back there. Yes, Dominic is hiding. He's terrified. Fire! Ah, I've been in the burning building once, never again!
Mamma mia, la pizza carne!
Pizza carne.
He tries to tackle the fireball. Dom climbs up real high and jumps into it.
Use the fire as an oven to create food.
Attack it.
So what happens is that Gonk, you feel as the reaction again. There's no. It's not like you're casting a fireball. There's no physical object flying forward as you use your dissonant whisper. But you still see somewhat of an impact. It just kind of gets melt, like it goes into the bubble and just disappears. And what happens next is that you're seeing this again, fireball continuing to pulse. But it's as if now the pulses are, as much as some of them getting bigger, every time it comes in again, they also get a little bit smaller. And then they go same size as it was before, even smaller. And it's as if it's slowly starting to kind of compact itself. But with every single pulse in, there is... Before I say that, as a matter of fact, Kevin and Gonk make a dexterity saving throw.
22.
14.
Is it a ranged attack? Because I can deflect those, and if it's, then I can catch it and throw it back.
You can try and catch this, I dare you. The one-hand monk.
Open hand technique. Burn
So what happens is you used your ability and you see how it starts pulsing even more.
I think I did something to it.
And the thing you see in return is just a ray of fire, essentially, being blasted straight towards you, and you fall on. You don't fall. You roll back and sit down behind the brazier now, and you would have jumped off to the side, and you just see essentially on the wooden wall, there's literally a circular hole through the wall. And now every single time this is kind of the speed at which it opens, it goes zoom, zoom, and it just starts doing it in all kinds of random directions.
I think we have to get out of here.
Yes!
Yes.
At the same time as you see these pulses coming through, you also see that as this, what was before a 3 meter diameter fireball, now maybe a 1 meter diameter, as it decreases in size, so does the range of these kind of cylinders or rays of fire.
I would like to cast Bardic Inspiration on Seek.
Yeah. And
these missiles going
What's
out.
the range on that?
It's just randomly. So
Oh,
if I try and go in and grab,
You can do this. You can do this.
Take him
Please
out.
just fucking do this.
Can I try and do that with the key
I'm
point?
not going to prevent you from doing anything.
I'm gonna try and do that.
I'm not going to prevent you from trying to do anything.
You can certainly
That's a
try.
great idea. So I'm gonna spend a key point to.
As you make your way closer towards this thing, you see how it's now like the pulsing has become from 1
very
meter,
fast.
from 1 meter to a half meter to now it being more like a handball size.
That's a handball.
It's just sitting like this in the air. And what you feel next, you're not there yet.
Fuck.
What you feel next is a massive explosion.
I want to take cover.
Should've just ducked down.
And you just see how this, what do you call it? This fireball, as if it expands in an instant to the entire room, flies through all of you. I'd like everyone to make a constitution. Except for Dominic, who surprisingly enough hit himself incredibly well in the corner.
No.
That's funny.
Not you.
Okay, that's good because that's a natural one.
You are hit.
So I rolled
Fake
15.
Fake 20, 16, 15.
6.
6. But soon as this flame, I mean, you were already lying on your back.
Because I was hit by the...
You were, so you don't roll anything. You're just lying on your back.
I'm prone.
The two of you feel as this massive flame comes pulsing forward, how it just blasts through you, and you are essentially seeing your family, your friends, everything in your heads as this thing comes flying forward, and it just kind of disappears through you and vanishes. And what remains in its place is a massive bright light, and all of you, excluding Zeke, take 4 damage of radiant damage.
He's a paladin.
And what you see on the receiving end of what just happened is, again, this massive light. It's as if, again, now it would be like staring at the sun. You're sitting like this, but slowly the light starts to fade away, and I would like for the 3 of you to all make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh fuck. How far did I reach Seek or?
You are lying where you are.
Okay, that.
I should have been faster at explaining before you said it.
Okay.
What did
Disadvantage.
Perception?
Perception. Disadvantage.
8.
9.
11.
You see.
So, what did you say?
9.
9. What you see?
Is what you get.
You get 11. There you go. 11 damage. No, you see, again, it is extremely bright, this light, but you feel like you can sense through the light a shape, a darker shape than just the bright light itself. And as the light continues to fade away, you now stand looking at what you see, what at first appears to be big wings. Spiro! You see what at first appears to be big wings, but they aren't, they're more round shaped on the tops, and you see down in the middle what appears to be a body shape, but again, everything is still incredibly bright, and the rest of you now as well. I mean, before you couldn't make out anything, but now that you're seeing everything, you're seeing essentially what looks to be, imagine a incredibly oversized fairy lying in the air like this, with a head looking straight down at you. She looks down towards Zeke, again hanging in the air, and you see this being, the wingspan would probably be 3-4 meters apart. The creature's skin is completely kind of honey, what's it called? Like not orange, but golden in color, essentially honey gold. It has long hair that kind of just, without there being any wind, flows into the air up above in all colors of, well, essentially like autumn leaves, I suppose. And the eyes, you can see that are looking down to see. There's no pupil. It's just the same light that you saw when you first saw the light. It's as if there's 2 suns in the eyes of this being. They aren't as so bright that you can't see it, but there's nothing. It's as if 2 flashlights essentially coming out of the eye sockets.
I would like to try to remember or see if I can identify if I've read about this sort of creature or something like that.
I will, yes, make a history check.
History.
L'histoire.
That's a... sorry, I'm bad at counting.
That's alright.
That's a 14.
The description matches something that would have been in a history book. I mean, it's, again, very surreal to look at what you're currently looking at, but you can't exactly make out who or what it's supposed to be. There's no, oh, hey, buddy, how are you doing, Jesus? I mean, there's
DiCaprio.
There is no memory like that, but as you stare at this being, you sense an immense beauty. And a creature, again, have any of you ever seen the Perfume movie? It's like you can't really explain. Maybe Bassoon wasn't really into wings initially, but you can't really explain. But
I want to be with this one.
It's as if you just met Aphrodite, the same way that the beauty just shimmers in the room. And while you don't necessarily fall in love, I know Gong probably will.
With himself.
With wings.
You just see, again, this being that you can't exactly decipher who is, and all of you see this being verbally, at least the mouth is moving, talking, but there's no sound coming out. And after 10-15 seconds of this being just, again, these wings, not flappering like what do you call it?
Butterflies.
Or a butterfly, essentially. It's just as if, like with the hair, as if it was underwater, kind of just moving in air, looking down towards you, Seek. And this being looks you in the eyes, and again, you can't see eye sockets, but you feel like you've seen this creature before. You can't make out how, where, who it may be, but something feels very, for the first time in your life, I suppose, after the vision you had earlier, very homey in a way that maybe Little Oak never has. She looks down to you and looks as she, again, as a matter of fact, make a perception check with disadvantage.
He's got woken.
That's 14.
You sense that she looks to you, but as if there's no direct eye contact. It's not her specifically looking into your eyes. It's just kind of the direction of the eyes. You're not feeling as if you're staring at each other. It's more you looking at her and her looking in your direction than it's her looking specifically at you as well. And what all of you hear, but it being not from her mouth but in your heads, is Fae friends, Fae family, I call upon you. And then silence again. But you see how her mouth keeps moving. The darkest hour. And then all of you, except, I suppose she could see this well, you see how, again, where she maybe was kind of at a 45-degree angle before, she now becomes more horizontal, looking down towards you, Zeke. And now you feel what appears to be a direct contact with this being. Receive my gift. We need you. And what all of you see is that as she takes her arms out to the side, everyone writing notes out of it. She takes her arms out, and kind of her hands in tandem with her wings makes like a down in the direction of Zeke. And as that happens, you see a beam go into the body of Zeke, and Zeke, your body is instantly kind of brought up from the ground. You feel this pulsing in your veins, on your limbs. Again, you can't control your body yourself, but you feel this pulsing sensation in your body, and in an instant, the rest of you see that as if there's an outline across Zeke's entire body that is just a glow in the same color that that she essentially shined in essentially shined in when she first appeared. Receive my gift. We need you. And then the pulse make a Constitution saving throw.
6.
You see how as this beam, she's kind of hanging in the air for a second, and comes back into shining again, or into kind of flying again. Be careful. Be careful. He will come for you. And you see the three of you, not see how again this glow, this sensational glow that was there before, starting at her feet and the tips of the wings starting to turn very dark. All of a sudden, it's as if not just the light fading away, but quite the opposite. Slowly going down the wings, coming in from the fingertips, going across the hands, coming up from the toes, going up her, ankles and calves. He will come for you, his army. His army will come for you all. And as she yells that, you see how this dark matter just engulfs the entire being. And as this being is completely, engulfed in the darkness, again similar to the first time you saw it come to existence, a bright light. You all now feel this same flame pulsing through your bodies. As it courses through you, see, you feel, it's not that you, hey, I can move, but you no longer feel restricted. All of you, Meta, have full HP and all your spell slots. And just as quickly as this light coursed out, you just see again, similarly to an implosion, how it's instantly shone in. And as it kind of closes down, what you feel is as this light comes in, it's just, the same, it's as if you have the light explosion, then comes in, and then yet another explosion, but this time complete darkness comes out. And you see how all of you are knocked to your knees. The curtains down at the end behind the altar are closed in. The fire, which I turned off, is off. I was afraid that I had forgotten that. Instantly is gone as well. And you see in the air where this being was before, what appears to be a dark shadow wearing a crown. I can show you an image of what you see.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. I'm gonna watch the crown now.
It's Queen Elizabeth the Second.
She will never fall.
The Dark Lord.
You see something that looks like this.
Holy.
Oh.
And I would like all of you.
Initiative.
That's the worst net 20 ever.
Or is it?
23. I'm gonna run.
Bye! Is that a window?
Bye. Come here, come at me, old shadow man.
I rolled 1,117 for my initiative. That's a mistake.
That's a lot of rolls.
And can I have your rolls, please?
15.
23.
Wait. Gavit, you're already up there. 15.
Donk.
That's
3. I will leave you down here. I suppose I roll for Gonk too. Dom, sorry.
that's a 14 for me.
14?
14, yeah.
Great. So what happens first, as you see this creature come to be, is that in the same moment that the light faded away, you saw Valdin leaving the the office down where he was, and instantly, as this darkness comes out, he falls to the ground, gets back up, and this shadow waving in the air flies over towards him. And I guess my best depiction of what you see is similar to the what do you call them? Dementors in Harry Potter, just draining the life, and you see how he just falls to the ground. And in the same exact motion, while his body is lying on the ground, you just see something rise from his body.
Necromancer.
And where he was, there's now this, it's not looking the same way, but another dark shadow hanging in the air above Valdin's corpse.
Shit.
And it's Keviston.
Well, I'm gonna draw
Stand
my
up.
blade. Yeah, stand up. And so Valdin is lying there.
Yes.
Can we have? He's over here, right?
Oh yes, sorry. Add a, I will show you exactly where he is.
A 5.
Valdin is...
And do we need something for the big shadow?
One moment.
Oh.
Valdin is lying on the ground here.
Yeah. Okay.
And add a opponent die there, and the big shadow is here.
Okay. So I think. I think I'm gonna go
looking at this.
to Valdin. I'm gonna go to Valdin
Yeah?
and try and grab his body, I think. Or would I see that he is a shadow now and think he's done for?
You see Valdin in shadow form standing above Valdin's body.
Oh.
Well, it's pretty much where the feet are is where they connect. At least for right now, given that this just happened before combat.
Yeah. I think I would be able to connect the dots then.
Valdin on the ground looks dead.
He did.
He looks. Let me put it that
Okay.
way.
I'm gonna draw my blade and try and
Your
stab
stinger?
that shadow. Yeah, my stinger.
Yeah. You move up. Move yourself, please.
Hello. Gonna go in big circles.
Mm-hmm. You move up and you stab. Yeah.
Yes.
Make an attack. Roll.
I will. That is an 11.
You try and kind of with your dagger stab at this being, but you can just feel how shadows are there and
Thought so.
nothing connects.
Then I'm gonna use a key point
Mm-hmm.
and stand there. It was half my movement going up, right?
Correct.
So that was 50. That's well, I have 35. So that's 20 feet I've used to get up.
No,
15. Cool. And I'm gonna use a key point, and I am gonna use Step of the Wind
Mm-hmm.
and disengage.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go 10, 5, 10. I think I'm gonna go here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shout, "We can't attack them!" Or my stinger went through him. I think I'm gonna say. So that was a worthless.
Dominic, from the other side, having heard what you just yelled, I suppose you will already have your weapons, so he pulls his sword and walks up to you, to the group, standing up. Who's number 6 there right now?
I think it was Valdin.
Then move Valdin, yeah. Yes.
So this is the big shadow and this is the new
Yes.
shadow? Okay.
Yes.
And Belden's body.
And Belton's body is on the number 5
Alright.
slot right now. He moves up all the way, maximum range up to stand, I think, with you, Kevin. Just with sword in hand, awaiting the rest of you. This being, again, down, having just looked straight down towards Valden, just it's again this shadow just kind of floating around there, looks in all directions, and then just looks down at you. Great. And comes
I should
flying down
use
towards you.
patient defense, but that's fine. I'm gonna die now.
And what is your armor class?
16.
You sense how this creature comes all the way down the eyes and the face just kind of towards you, but it's as if it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't connect, but you manage to kind of weave it away from you.
Face.
And that is its turn. Chunk?
Am I prone right now?
Yes.
Okay, I stand up. And I think I will move over here. Use my 10 of my movement speed. And then I would like to cast a level 2 Dissonant Whispers on that one.
The
Which
big
type
bad.
of magic is that?
That is... Why can't I see that?
Psychic damage.
Psychic career.
Yeah, I have to do what?
Have to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw of 12.
Wisdom implicit.
Then there's not. Then there's no damage or half or.
Oh wait, no. The target takes half as much damage.
Alright, roll the mash.
Oh no, it's not. I need to borrow some
D6s.
Right
I need 4 D6s because I used it as a level 2 spell.
1, 2, and 3. Oh, you have one there as well.
4.
That's 11, half of that.
So 6 damage.
6.
We round it up.
Encore. Yes.
And then I would like to use the rest of my movement speed to get down here, I think.
Yeah.
Get away from him.
Then it is Zeke's turn.
I would like to say.
I should add to it that despite all of you being in the darkness, right now Zeke still has that same glow
Oh,
that
that's
he
nice.
had before.
I forgot about the darkness. Great.
How do I get that?
I get up
Mm-hmm.
and I have the imagination that like
You just stand up and go, what the?
He's beginning to believe.
and where I normally would do a firebolt, I'm just gonna do the same motion,
Kamehameha.
and a second level guiding bolt is coming out of me.
Damn.
And I'm gonna use your inspiration that I got from earlier,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and that's a D6, or is it a D8?
I think it's a D6.
It's only D6. It's not fancy enough yet.
And that's 26.
I think you hit.
So it's 5d6s,
What is it, radiant damage?
radiant damage.
That good, that good.
Radiant damage.
That sucks. That's 35, 7, only 9 damage.
Does it have any extra impact against undead?
If it's radiant damage, I think you have. I don't. Yeah. Let me check.
Doesn't it say on the spell? Something against bonus against undead?
No, it just makes it the next attack on it has advantage. But if it has, it's an undead. I think radiant damage just if it has an what's it called? Not resistance. The other thing, a vulnerability to resistance. I think it's double damage.
Okay, it doesn't have vulnerability.
No. Okay, then it's just then that's it. And then it has advantage. And then I'm gonna do it again with my what's it called? My sorcery points. And I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points to do it again.
Oh, what we talked about last time, you did the exact same thing. Isn't it that you can't attack the same target twice?
No, that's just because I use an action to
It's
do.
not a twin spell.
That's not twin spell. It's
Oh,
a
it's not
kicking
twin
spell. It's like. So I do it again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
Just-
without the bad interaction
Yes.
this time.
Oh, that didn't work. That's just a 10.
You do not hit. You see how the first time...
Can I?
How much damage did you do first time, by the way?
I did 9.
24.
It's 3, 5, 7 damage on.
7 damage.
Yes.
Yes.
And I would like to use my favorite by the gods thing, where I can add 2d4s, and that's 6 plus
Glass
10.
cannon.
That's 16.
Can you do that after the roll?
It just says that once per short rest, if you fail a saving throw or miss an attack roll, you can add 2d4s.
You hit?
Yes.
Woo!
This did not work.
Work the system, man!
He's been looking forward to battle. Battle!
I am awake. I will fight now.
Fight!
That's 10, 12, 16, 18 radiant damage again.
Yes.
And that's my turn.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna step forward to it a bit.
As you hit the second time around, you just all hear a screech. Like a really loud sound, and I would like all of you to make a constitution roll.
17.
14.
6.
You rolling those 6s today?
6.
8, 6,
14.
17.
and I'm rolling for Dominic. Okay, so
Dom is
the
unaffected.
ones you two take 6 damage, and you two take 3 damage. And you see, as this being screamed, how the second being starts flying immediately towards Zeke.
What?
Oh,
No, not that one. That one. Flies straight, and it's just, there is, both a little bit of a fence and a
Is
do you call it?
isn't it doesn't have to wait till it's
It is your turn first. I'm so sorry.
So it's actually
Thank
starting
you. Yes,
right
it is your
here.
turn first. I'm sorry.
I had a suspicion.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, my bad,
Well,
my bad.
I would like to stand up, of course, and I say, "Zeke, that was awesome!" And then I want to try to cast detect magic on the big bad guy.
Yes.
I guess. Do I roll for that?
If you use detect magic on it, as you use it, isn't detect magic you just use it like learn the capabilities of if there's magic in the.
You sense the presence of magic. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see faint aura around any visible creature or object. Learn the school of magic, if any.
So what you do
But isn't
as
it, it's a sphere around you, right?
30 feet sphere.
you would still hit.
I
be able
think
to
I can hit
that thing,
hit.
right? 6 squares, or you move 1 step closer.
Right.
Anyway, you use detect magic, and as you see this pulse coming out from you, you see as soon as it hits this being where it was a dark shadow before, it just becomes pitch black. And you've never ever felt this much necrotic damage in your life before.
Necrotic.
The same thing from the being next to it.
And then I guess I would like to use a bonus action to remember what kind of magic is it. If there's only one kind of magic that damages, or if there are more elements of magic that damages necrotic.
You could try. Yeah, sure. Make a kind of check. Oh wait, let me. Okay, no, do a kind of check. I'll let you do a kind of check.
Okay, that hit another die. There you go.
Sure thing.
That's a 22.
You haven't studied a lot of undead, like necrotic magic, mainly because necrotic magic is. It's not frowned upon, but it's not probably something your father. It's like, the dark side.
Yes.
It's not something your father would have told you about.
No.
Maybe you found a book in the library once going, I'm gonna look at this book. And you do remember that the majority of necrotic or undead monsters don't take damage from other necrotic spells, and very few of them take damage from poison.
Very few of them take damage from poison. All right. Right. Great. Well, then I guess I would just like to use the rest of my movement to step a few steps back.
Sounds reasonable.
Maybe like here, so I'm in a bit of a cover.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And I guess that's my actions.
Yes, and now this being going towards sea.
How many feet square?
Enough.
Okay, yeah.
Because it flies.
Well then.
And it flies through everything. And what you sense is that it comes right down to you, but as soon as it gets to you, again, you're the only thing that is essentially, you're literally the only light source in the room right now, with the radiance, or with the light that is shimmering from you, and you sense it as if it just opened a door and like you turn on the bathroom lights at night too fast. But it still tries to attack you. And it... You haven't changed anything in regards to armor class, right? No, it hits.
No, yeah.
Yeah. And you have to make a Constitution save throw.
Is this a magical effect, right?
It is a mini spell attack.
Then that's 23.
Yes, so you succeed. Yet you still take 17 damage. And the rest of you just see how this being comes floating down to you as it hangs in the air. You just feel how this starts streaming, and the rest of you can see how this radiance that is emerging from you, kind of again similar to before, from the feet, from the hands, slowly starts fading out. But you come down again, and you just feel that the radiance ain't. All the rest of it, I mean, with how dark the room is, it's not as lit up as Seek was just a moment ago, and it just stays there hovering. And essentially, what you saw is that a transparent Valdin is sucking the light out of you. In the midst of all of this, again, this is Valdin's face, but completely emotionless, kind of hovering straight at your face. But you sense a brief, moment of communication. And it's just, it's as if this creature is yelling. I mean, the mimic or the facial expression is yelling, but the sound or the audio is very low. And it just yells, "Get to my room! Get to my cabin!" And this being is back again in the end from the view. Then it's Skep's turn.
Did we hear that?
Make a perception.
Yes,
check.
because Malcolm just nat 20 his very low yell. So yes, you did. But it was very low volume regardless. But yes, you would have heard. Okay.
Okay, well, this thing has a crown on, right?
Correct.
How tall is this thing?
Tall.
Okay, so I have to jump
it's
very high.
It's probably half orc size. It's probably half orc size, but it is floating above you.
Can I jump the distance?
So if I use Step of the Wind, I can double my jump distance?
Steal crown from...
Yes. Lich King? No.
Whatever.
Lich crown.
Because that's what I want to try and do.
Frost mode.
I will hereby allow you to try and jump up.
Have it. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do that. So I'm gonna try and jump and see if I can get to that crown and
Yes.
take it off his head or something. Why am I doing? What am I rolling
You
for?
let's make it a athletics check for jumping up into the air.
So that's a 14.
You jump up, and as you leap into the air, you feel like you're just exactly getting to
Nothing.
the range, but as you kind of swoop forward, you just see how your hand goes through his crown. And I don't know if, I guess technically meta-wise, you can jump around in front of a person because you're not leaving his area of ink, so there wouldn't be a
That
time
would be up to you. Can I have one of those elevated?
You would have landed on the ground again. I'm just thinking whether I should give him an attack of opportunity through jumping straight into his face, but no, that's against rules, so no, I'm not going to do that.
Maybe going through him would give him necrotic damage.
I should have said that earlier.
But that's my action, right? Trying to reach the crown.
Yes, and you took the hand forward, you see how it just...
Yeah, and step up the wind is
faded away.
actually my bonus action, so I can't really use anything. So, that's my turn.
Dom has his sword, and seeing you jumping around, he just tries to swing at it.
If he rolls a natural run, he's gonna hit you.
So, that's a stupid idea. Dumb. Okay.
He swings, and again, similar to when you tried to dagger it to begin with, the blade just goes straight through.
Yeah.
And the poison of the dagger back then didn't do anything.
No, and I didn't expend anything, though. Great.
And
Thought
then this
so.
being looks
Does he want to move at all?
He does not want to move out of its range.
No, but he can move around it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And if you want to move through it, you can use it as difficult terrain. It just costs an extra move to move through your friend, and then you can move if you want to head towards the creek.
I think I'm gonna stay there, actually. Just.
But I don't think Dominic is gonna move. No.
I think we're gonna double
pretty
team
fucking
this.
terrified from everything that's going on right now. So this being again looks at you, just try to jump into his head.
Yeah.
And tries again to connect.
Can I
with
make
you.
an intimidation check first because I jumped so high?
Yes.
Oh.
It is unaffected.
17. Should have rolled 18.
But it again comes down to you to try and do the same thing from this time around, where before you felt like you kind of not just wave it away, but you managed to get off of it. This time around, it just connects with you in a different way. Make a Constitution check, bro.
11.
You start off by, let me read this correctly.
So, the steel crown isn't of steel.
Great. So you take 14 necrotic damage. And what is your max HP?
35.
That is now reduced by 14.
Okay.
This is bad. Natural.
And then
Reaction.
And you just see how
Kevin
Kevin is in, she's jumped up, trying to get a crown, lands, and as he lands, this being just connects with Kevin.
Well, I'm gonna try something. I would like to cast dancing lights.
Yeah.
2 right here, 2 right here.
Yes.
Inside them.
The shadows.
Gay shadow, right?
They shadow.
What color would you like your dancing lights to be?
Purple.
One purple,
Party
one
lights.
yellow, one blue,
No,
one green.
that's a completely different color I want.
Okay.
It's not the right green.
You cast dancing lights, which adds light to the room, but you don't see an immediate or any effect on the creatures.
Great.
You see that, I mean, they obviously respond to what's going on, but there's no... As a matter of fact, you see that the main one with the crown doesn't seem affected at all, but the smaller one, similar to when it reacted to Zeke's glow before, because the light from your dancing lights kind of shimmers in and reflects via the light from Zeke, it again makes one of those motions.
I would like to use my bonus action then to move these two around it. So now it's surrounded by light.
Yeah. Similar reaction. It seems like it's
Blinded.
It's not stunned or paralyzed in any way, but it's clearly affected by the light source.
Right. I think that's my turn.
Yeah. See?
I'm gonna use my action to disengage and run towards 5, 10. I can see. I'm here. 5. What the fuck?
There's one there.
5,
10.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
That's not where the door is, I think.
I think that was right.
30, 35. I'm in the room.
Yeah. You make your way into the office, and the rest of you essentially saw Zeke pretty much sprint through this being and disappear into the office.
What do I see in there?
I mean, you would have been here before, but you see the office, and there being bookshelves on both sides, and down by the end of it, there's like a big, or not a big one, just a pretty regular sized cabinet that you would assume is for whatever Templar clothing stuff he would normally wear. But it's closed.
And I guess I can't.
You use your action to disengage, right?
Yeah.
So no.
Then, before, like right here, I'm gonna do.
You already went in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Okay.
The table
And you
catches.
already know what you see, so no rewinding.
No. That's. That was actually. I want to be in the room, but on the way there, I would like to cast a guiding bolt. But if I can't do that, I'm just gonna be in here and try to see if there's something abnormal. He wanted me to go into the room, and then it's just looking for whatever I can find.
Yeah.
That should be what I wanted. And if what I.
I mean, it did say go to my room, go to my cabinet.
Okay, then I would use I would just go towards the cabinet as far as I can.
Yeah, that's where you are now.
I don't know where the cabinet is, but I have
It's in the bottom. Sorry, I should have shown that. That is.
Does it have 5 feet of movement more if I can use that?
Yes,
then?
it is the last row down here with the books.
Yeah, then I'm
Down there.
almost next to it.
Yes. So next turn you can fetch whatever you have to fetch. Yeah. Basim.
Yes, I would like to step one.
Hello.
Hello, here I am. And then I would like to try to cast a spell called Chromatic Orb. And I would like to change the elemental damage of Chromatic Orb into poison damage.
Yeah.
And I would like to...
You did find out last turn that poison damages very few undeads, and necrotic damages doesn't damage any.
Oh, so okay, so that was I was trying to figure out something that did damage the necrotic.
Since I didn't say what does,
Okay.
odds are that everything else does.
Okay, all right, great. Okay, so now I understand what you said last turn correctly,
no worries.
and I would like to use. I guess I would like to use some. Then I think actually I would cast another spell. I would like to cast Magic Missile
Yes.
as a level 2 spell. And what does that do when I do it as a second level spell? Is it
You
more
add
damage?
One more d4.
One more d4. All right, so I have
So that's
3.
4d4.
I
You
need
can
one more
split it as you
d4.
want. Do you do all of them same target or spread it out?
Just one more. Thanks.
One more for me to
All right.
You distribute it.
I think I would like to use all of them on the big bad guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
All
So
right.
roll all of them.
Roll all of them, if possible,
And add 4.
and add 4. All right, so
40.
that's 11.
And you see how these missiles just disappear into this being, and again a clear reaction coming from the being, but no loud screaming or yelling or anything of the sort.
All right, then I would like to use, as a bonus action, I would like to try to use Misty Step to teleport myself closer to the
How far
office.
does that take you?
30 feet.
Move yourself 30 feet.
All right.
30 feet, 30 feet, 30 feet.
5, 10, 15.
You already moved 5.
30.
2 more far from
Okay.
the wall. So 10.
I was,
10.
no, wait. This is where I started.
Yeah.
Because I started my turn by moving out here.
Yeah, exactly.
that's
So
fine.
5, 10.
No.
No, wait, Misty Step is on its own, of course.
Misty Step is movement of its own. It's
I'm
not
stupid. You're right.
5, 10,
It doesn't have anything to do with this
15,
actual
25, 30, and then I would like
Then
to.
you have the rest of your
Then I have the rest of my movement.
15, 20, 25,
5.
30.
There we go. And then I would like to run the rest of the way if I can.
Yes.
So that's 10,
Yeah.
15, 20,
You can go
25.
diagonal.
You can.
Oh, I can go diagonal. Okay, great.
I don't know how many that was.
So
15,
15,
yeah.
20, 25.
Yes, and
And
you see
I
that
have-
Sieg is right in front of you, sprinting into the room.
I started at 10. I didn't say 5, 10. So when I moved away from here, so I have one more because I have 30 feet.
Yeah.
So I have
You're
one
right.
more.
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Hello.
Seek, did you find something?
So close.
Cabinet. And that's my turn.
Yeah. This being down here, again, is standing in these lights, and you just see kind of in one full swoop, just. I don't know if it can technically make them disappear, or if it would just force them away from itself.
What spell is it using?
It's the Dancing Light is a concentration spell, right?
Yes.
So I'm
And
gonna
I'm
allow
very
you.
concentrated.
I'm gonna allow for you to make a Constitution saving throw.
A concentration saving.
Concentration saving throw.
So that's 14.
Yes. So you see this light, and he tries to wither it away, which it doesn't succeed in doing. Instead, it maneuvers through the lights and makes its way up towards. You know, as a matter of fact, it makes its way up towards you.
Oh my god.
And tries to go sucky.
I'm there.
And doesn't hit.
Hey.
So again, you just have Valden's
It's too small.
floating
Don't do that.
spirit kind of floating in front
No,
of your head.
sucky for him.
And then
I so want to use a reaction to
Kevin's
this.
turn. Kevin's turn.
Yes, and I'm standing in front of a thing that I really can't do anything about. I think I'm gonna grab my torch
Fart at it.
and
Light
light
it.
that.
The green torch.
Yeah, the green torch.
Get away from her, you
Rems will have
bitch!
that.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna grab a torch and light it in front of this thing and wave it up in his head, I think.
And then attempt to attack it, or just.
Well, no, because my action is taking it out, right?
I suppose so. You can attack.
But two women fighting.
I mean, that would be interacting with an object.
Yeah, but I can use maybe as a bonus action. I'm gonna try and.
Put it in your offhand.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
You're gonna light a fire?
Yeah, I'm not gonna hit. That's a 7.
No. Not only are you not gonna,
Bird,
but you
baby,
see these
bird.
flames just kind of pass through
Oh.
the bottom part of this being and seemingly unaffected.
But it still lights up.
Yes.
Okay, that's
The
good.
torch is lit. So you have more light in the room you're in, but it doesn't seem.
It's not a
It doesn't seem
Nazgul.
affected the same way
It's a
that
temple.
the other one was by the dancing lights.
No.
Yeah.
I'm so effective. I'm so efficient.
Dominic, is that your turn? Or are you trying to?
That is my turn.
Great. Dominic is gonna try and swing at it again.
Idiot Dom.
I mean, he is a fighter with limited alternate options than hitting things. And he is dumb. So.
But what about his brother?
Hit it.
Oh my dum dum.
And he swings at it And nat 20's it.
Get something good. He flips the sword like.
No, I'm sorry. Careful juggling with that sword. Nothing happens to the shadow.
He swings at it, and again, it goes through him the same way that it did when you try to stab and with the crown and everything. But you still see a reaction from.
But there
from
isn't.
the being. As if there was a contact made.
You're just bad at hitting.
I'm just bad at doing things.
I mean, you didn't roll over 11 on your attacks yet.
Keep going.
But you would have seen a reaction as well that it is technically possible to hit.
Okay.
And I think he stays in place, going.
Stun him. Stun him.
I'll go stabby stab. Then it's Com's turn. No, it's not. Then it is Monster's turn.
Monster turn.
Great monsters.
That went Soggy Soggy and you before, so that's what it continues to do.
Oh, isn't that the bat?
No, that's the big one.
Big one does the same thing.
On you, yes.
And you manage to, once again, being effective.
I'm not the only one bad at hitting die. Yeah, I wouldn't have survived that.
Shit.
Yes. So that is its turn.
Oh, it's not moving anymore.
I'm gonna use Vicious Mockery on that one.
Yes. Which type of is
It is
psychic
shadow.
damage?
That's psychic damage.
Yes.
Yes.
Hardcore psychic damage.
And what is the
12.
It clears it.
But what would you want to say to
What did you say?
You're more than, from now on. From now on I won't roll before you say what you've said, and then we'll see how it reacts afterwards.
You're so ugly, you only suck in the dark.
Boom.
You're so ugly, you can only suck me in the dark. Did you say that?
No.
Then
You're so ugly, you
and
only
me.
suck in the
It's
dark.
essentially the same thing, but said differently. Yeah, that's fair. Makes perfect sense. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I will use my bonus action to put these globes around it.
Away.
Yeah.
Around the thing.
And you see the same. As a matter of fact, you don't. You see how it just levitates a little higher up in there, and then just hangs up here, looking down.
It is a dimensional.
They're learning. Upgrades.
Movement.
Well, then I'm just gonna.
That you're in its melee range, just so you know.
No, if it's up in the air now.
I mean, it's not high up. It's right up above. It would still be within range.
Within the rangery.
So it's just 5 feet in the air.
I'm gonna do it.
Get away from him.
And as you run off, you sense how it tries to once again connect to you. And what is your armor class?
It's 13.
13.
Yes.
I have to fix this then. I've written 12. Can you give me a red marker?
Oh, did you get an upgrade?
I think you're gonna upgrade.
Hey!
Oh yeah, it's up with my
See, he can
dexterity.
catch
Inspiration. No inspiration.
It was the dexterity upgrade.
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna give.
Oh yeah, you end up in.
Yes.
Yeah.
13.
There you go. Great. You pass that one back down. It hits you anyway. And you take. Wait, make a Constitution saving throw first.
Yes.
25 damage.
Roll.
9. You take 8 damage. And you reduce your maximum HP by 8 as well.
The fuck?
What the fuck? How do I do that?
How to do this?
You just go max HP, go 8 lower than
Override
what it was.
max HP, then.
Yeah.
And then it is Zeke's turn.
Opening the cabinet and trying to.
Yes, as you open the cabinet, you see that there's a ton of different clothes that would be not holy, but whatever he would normally be wearing. And kind of standing up against the wall in the back of it is a short sword. But as you kind of grab it, take it out, you see that while it looks pretty ordinary, it's coated with silver. Or it looks like has a silver shine to it anyway.
Okay. Then I will probably head out the door again, taking this, and that's my
see
action. Right?
Bassoon in the door, yeah.
And I'm gonna head past him.
And Bassoon, you would have seen that he pulled out a silver-looking sword as well.
I want to move out the way if I can.
Feel free. I mean, you can just move through him, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 5, 10, 15,
Yeah.
20.
We still got to move, by the way. You moved in.
And then I would probably use. I've interacted with an object. That's my first.
That's your
my
main
action.
action.
Yes. Then I have no
Then
more
you have a
actions.
bonus action.
Yes. Then I'm gonna use my quicken spell. I'm gonna use a sacred flame cantrip on the big baddios.
Is that a
That's a
spear?
save.
Or a...
That's just a sacred flame.
That's
one.
just a pew-pew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flame spell.
And dex saving throw, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the save?
I think it's only 1 second.
There's-
That's
He rolled 19.
then yes.
Yes.
He did. But it's
was
still
27.
I'm just gonna take the sword and I'm gonna call to Dom. Take this to Dominic.
Yeah.
He throws the sword.
Bassoon?
It is I. All right. I would like to go out 5, 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see the
You can.
bad guy.
Correct. Remember, there's still one down there as well.
That's
With
true.
the
He's
guy.
there. He's
Just
there.
the info.
And this one actually has advantage on its next attack roll, but I think he would have hit it, but with a natural 20. I don't know if that makes sense.
Who has advantage?
With a guiding bolt, because I hit him.
The monster has advantage?
No, there's
Oh,
advantage.
you
to hit
advantage
him.
on him? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He's
great.
not natural.
I should have known
So-
that with
Yeah.
Yeah, you
yeah.
forgot that. Yeah.
We could have had that crown.
But I said it out
It
loud.
could have been
Need to try to
better.
listen.
It could have been
True.
less smoky.
True.
If I hit higher, what?
Less like smoke.
I net 20, so the material changes. Wow!
Metal reaction.
All right. Well, I would like to.
What would you like?
What would you like to do? Why are you running? I would like to use the chromatic orb.
Yeah,
And I don't want to use poison damage.
good idea.
I would like to try to use something really cool.
Ooh.
It's gonna be lightning damage. And yeah, as a level 1 spell.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm just gonna roll my damage die. Or do I need
you
to-
have to... I will check right here real quickly.
Attack save +6 something.
Is it you making a ranged attack on me?
Yes, on the
Yes, so you
on
make
the
a ranged attack, D20.
Range attack D20.
Roll.
Roll the die.
And roll the die, and then I
What do you roll?
plus my spell attack, right?
Yes.
That's a 18.
You hit.
Woohoo! All right, and that's 3d8s.
Nice.
So that is which one is it? Is it this one?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. All right. Can I borrow?
That's a 10.
Yeah,
That's a 10.
Yeah,
All right.
that one. Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
How many need?
I just need 3.
3D.
3D. All right.
A lot more.
Roll damage.
Yes. All right.
A lot more.
And you don't add anything to your roll. It's just your roll.
With mustache.
It just makes it so much better. You can keep it.
Is this a 1?
I think.
Where's
Can I
it, a
see?
7?
Looks like a
Can I see?
one.
Yeah, it
that's
is.
a one.
Okay. So that's 10.
10? Okay.
10 damage.
10 damage on.
Yeah. You
Thank
see again how this orb comes flying from you. What did you say it was?
Lightning damage.
And it is clearly affected by this, but maybe not to the like. You felt pretty come here when you launch this, and you see also like flickers, and there's a bit of a move, but not more than that.
Damn it.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I don't think I can do any more attacks this round.
No.
So
You can move a little. If you want to move a
I
little.
could move a little. Where would
Live
I
a
move?
little.
Yeah, live a little. I think, yeah, maybe I'll move. Are these tables?
No, they're statue.
Statue kind of thing?
You know, like the foot of a statue, but they have bowls in them. I never
Alright,
described
bowls. Alright.
those, without anything in it.
Alright, well, I'll just. No, I think I'll stay put right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, that's my turn.
This being down here, once again engulfed in dancing lights, tries to kind of swing through them again. No, wait, no,
He's
in the air.
above,
It's
he's
in the air,
above
so
it.
that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It continues flying after you,
He's on a mission.
and tries to attack you again.
If you're gonna die now, we can't see you.
And it hits. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Please don't die. 7.
You
Magic number.
take 14 necrotic damage.
I'm out.
He's downed!
What is your max HP right now?
19.
You reduce your max HP by 14.
By 14.
How much, like, what is your negative score right now?
No, that's fine.
Doesn't matter.
But you are down in the room.
Lay on the
Oh,
ground.
that was great music cue as well.
And then it is Kevin's turn.
Yes.
Kevin, make a perception check.
Well, that's great. 17.
You would have seen this. I mean, Gong make his way with this being fly down to the door and just hear it.
Just see him go out of the room.
Yeah.
I think God cleared it. No.
And still seeing this thing, and they're just
Okay.
Dementor facing Gong.
But I still have a shadow in front of me.
Yes, question.
Can I hold out the sword so that in a motion Dom can take it and
He
swing
will
it?
get it from you on his turn.
Good.
Okay. I'm.
Unless if Kevin tries to steal it through his.
No. Well, it is a short sword, and I'm actually proficient in that.
What do you want to do in your turn?
I'm going to use my hands, I think. So,
You go punchy punch.
I think I do. I saw that it actually mattered.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to punch with my right hand
You
first, where there's no flame in torch-in, and that is a
Fist of Flame.
23.
You hit.
Thank you.
What did you do? Fist of Flame?
And that's a 7 damage.
Yeah.
And then, no, just flurry of blows.
Oh.
And then with the other hand, with my torch in it, I'm gonna
Try and go flamey. That's
didn't rub anything. And I'm not gonna hit that, but that is a 13.
you hit.
What? Okay.
He has low dex.
Ah well. That's a 4 plus 1 fire damage from the torch.
Mm-hmm.
But you decided the torch breaks.
It doesn't.
Great.
But you see, this torch just flies straight through it.
5 damage. 1 fire damage, just, yeah.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna use a key point.
Yeah.
To resurrect.
No, can't do that.
I worked on the damage. It is not the.
Seeing that Zeke has this sword out, thinking that Dom might want to go and grab that, I'm gonna make it not take any reactions until my next turn. Until the end of my next
So you use.
open hand technique.
Do I have to do anything against it?
No.
So
Not yet. So you prepare
Oh, it's
for
a
one?
stunning thingy.
Yeah,
Or-
it just can't take reactions until the end of my turn.
Great.
But-
As you make this move to try and stun, you just see how, again, similar to if you were trying to hit him, your hand just flies through, and the normal kind of paralyzing effect it would have doesn't affect it.
Immune.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's my turn.
And then it is Dominic's turn. Dominic sees you and grabs the
himself.
sword. You can have a long sword in one hand, I suppose. Grabs the sword and just instantly tries to whack at this.
He's not gonna save his brother?
Fuck that, brother.
I mean, he wouldn't have hurt, I suppose. He wouldn't have hurt.
Wouldn't have heard or seen him.
Yeah, exactly.
Great success.
Great success.
I should have said something, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you didn't. I mean, he wouldn't have hurt either.
You messed up.
So he hits and does damage. I guess I can tell you since it's Dominic, he does 4 damage. With his short sword.
4 damage.
Yeah. But you see, as
any
this
plus
silver
damage
blade
from
pierces through, it seems like there's much more impact than when his previous blade went through. And he just goes, I think the silver works! To the rest of you. Start throwing your coins at him. Nope, then it is
The big baddie's turn.
Batty's turn.
Bad boy.
Who is continuing to attack Kevin.
Please don't.
And it hits. Make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
You take
20 damage.
with a lot of dice. You take 12 damage. Oh, believe me, this could have been much worse.
Yeah. And that's also my HP.
So you had 0 exactly?
No. I'm at 6 now. But
No, you don't. It doesn't affect your max HP. So now you're down to 6.
Yes.
Gotcha. Come.
That really hurt.
You need to make a roll, I
We
guess.
need to find out, do we do it to an annihilation way? Or
Where
do
we don't
do it
know.
Where I roll it, or do you want to roll
Let
it
him
yourself?
roll.
You know, I will let the players decide whether they want to roll, I roll for them. Do you want to roll your own death saving throw?
I think so. Yeah.
You can use this die with
Straight up.
blood.
Wait, no, we have the death saving die.
Oh yeah.
I bought my die for this exact reason.
Skeleton.
The blood die of death.
Blood diamond.
There's nothing that impacts anything. It is just you rolling 10 or higher, you clear it. Lower, you don't.
And 20 is choose.
No,
20 is 2 wins.
No, that's
one
just-
is
one is-
one,
if it's
2
a
fails.
If it's 20, it's just you automatically.
You instantly go up, but if it's
One
a minus, if it's in that one, you can automatically
death
lose
saving
2.
That's a 10.
Some success.
You clear one. One success.
The least of the successes, but a success nonetheless.
It is Season. You
Okay.
lock the blade. You saw it go
Would it be
through.
fun if you guys didn't know?
We can do that where there's only you and me.
Yeah.
You just DM me what happens.
Okay.
We can do that.
What happened?
I suppose again we can have it off camera, the discussion about what we prefer.
Yeah. Okay. See, I guess I saw that too, with his arm coming out, right?
Make a perception check.
I feel like in the midst of what was going on with you trying to hand a blade just next to a big bad monster to Dominic, you wouldn't have, but I will allow for you to make a perception check.
That's Pardon. Perception. That is at an 11.
You don't see Gong lying on the ground, but you do see this creature having done this before, and now it's kind of part, like in movement of trying to make its way away.
Okay.
So I will allow for Seek to connect the dots.
Okay. Then I'm going to use the Sacred Flame on him,
Yes.
on the big baddie boy.
Which is you rolling something or me?
You ruling, and a saving throw.
Of
Well, I think it's Dex.
no, I know it is Dex, but what about the beat?
14?
I beat it.
You beat it? Okay. And then I'm going to step over here
Mm-hmm.
and cast Healing Word.
So also your dancing lights are on.
Yeah, his dancing lights are
Oh,
way
Gong's
gone.
dancing lights are not exactly.
Way gone.
Way Gong.
And I'm gonna cast a first level Healing Word on you. So you're automatically up, and
How much HP does you get?
you get 6 HP.
What's the word that you say?
Dingles!
Don't let him die.
Okay. So you feel. So I'm alive. HP come back, but you only have 5 HP, not 6. Because that's your max HP. Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to move out of range here. Over here.
Yeah.
Save you,
Then
bye.
it is possible.
seeing Seek
You're up. Okay, good. Next.
healing Gunk, I feel like I connect the dots that he's in trouble. So I want to use I want to try again to use Chromatic Orb. And this time I want to change it to fire damage.
From the fiery pits of hell.
So I will do an attack roll. That's 25 to hit. And then it's
who you're doing it on?
the
one over there. Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
And then I have to roll again the 3d8s.
Yeah.
And we
We
will
have to talk about that spell afterwards, by the way.
Chromatic Orb. All
But
right.
that's fine for now. It has an economic cost too, which you do not have right now. But we'll take it for this.
All right. That is 15.
Yeah. On the one over there, and you see as the flames engulf this being, like a scream. Again, much lower volume than the main guy had. And Gonk, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's 18.
Hey.
You're fine.
Just chilling.
Just chilling on the ground, not in a hurry.
I feel much better.
And that's the end of your turn? Or you move anywhere? Or bonus?
I think I would like to move onto the other side of Seek. 5, 10, 15. Like
20?
so I'm standing here. Yeah. 20.
Sounds good.
On the bench.
So this being was about to kind of fly off. I mean, in the midst of it before, but saw you come running over and healing, screaming, everything that was going on, turns back to Gonk again. And again, it's just kind of floating around, and then goes back to attack you again. I'm alive! Whether it's because you're currently lying prone or not, you know what? Gonk, I will let you make me a performance check.
How dead are you?
Sing a song of death.
Do it. You roll a performance check.
Of how dead you look.
How gracefully you die.
You're a bad dead person.
Well, I plus 6, so that's 8.
You, as you kind of got healed, like open your eyes again after having pretty much just been dead. You see this creature vroom, come back. You go.
You try to faint this.
And you sense this being trying to connect with you once more, but doesn't it?
Faint death.
I'm in
Then it is Kevin's turn.
Yes. I'm just gonna continue punching this fella.
Go ahead.
And that is a...
Everything above 13 hits.
Well,
you know that
it
now.
hits, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was 18.
Yeah.
And that's not a 20. So that is 6 first. And then I'm gonna go with my offhand. It hits 23. So that is 7, 1 fire damage. And then I'm gonna use my last key point to do one more attack. And
Is that a flurry of blows?
no, flurry of blows is...
You make 2
Max
attacks.
flurry?
Yeah, but then I have
Flurry.
the other one, which is... Can't remember what it's called. 1 second.
Stunning strike.
No, it is... Where is it?
In your pants, bro.
In my pants.
Snake.
I have to pee so bad. No, it is. It is flurry of blows. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not
Go ahead.
alone.
But then that's 2 attacks.
No, that's 3.
Now the third attack comes
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
That's the key point.
So,
And that hits as well.
yeah.
And that is a 7. So,
So 14
6, 7,
damage.
7. 6.
Oh, you rolled 7 with your offhand attack?
Yes.
In damage?
Yeah.
How? When you don't add modifiers to your offhand?
Oh, I don't. Then it was a 4.
Okay, so it's 17 in total. 6, 4, 7. Right?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. Do I kill it?
But you do see how this being, where early on
It's
it
a
wasn't
blue
affected
eye.
at all. It seems, I mean, you're essentially punching it in the knees right now. It's a pretty big floating being.
It has a sore knee.
But it was most definitely hurt, and it's not maybe else. As
Shady
a matter of
looking.
fact, I don't think you see a whole lot of emotion. No, it's just still there.
I just feel like
You feel like you punch it a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You have to
then
die
Dominic-
sometimes.
Dominic goes to with the sword again.
Silver
Swings.
sword.
Doesn't hit. This being manages to avoid, and it attacked.
Doesn't he have 2 weapon fighting as a thing as a fighter?
I think he has great weapon fighting.
That's not the same.
Great weapon.
He has 2 weapon fighting as a fighter as a normal thing.
Fighting.
So he's holding 2. Is he holding a shield at the moment?
No, he has a long sword in one hand now,
And the
and the shield or the short.
It's a silver sword.
Other one that you bonus action 2 weapon fighting. He can attack with his offhand in his bonus action.
Hey.
Noise.
He doesn't it?
Hey.
And then it is creature's turn. Attacks Kevin.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't hit. And it is Gong's turn.
Dodge and weave.
Well, I'm gonna use my dissonant whispers at level 2.
Is that a surprise attack?
That
Because
would
you
be
didn't see anything before?
Double the damage.
Do you roll a attack or I roll, right?
You roll against my 12.
That's the dissonant whispers.
I don't hear it.
You suck
Bim, bim, bim.
And I need 46.
Oh. Bring out the die.
Bring out the die!
Told you to take the bard's die.
I know, you take.
Six.
11, 12.
Yeah. You lie on your back and
And whisper at it.
try and force these words, and you can see how this being just squeaks again, but at a much lower volume, and still hangs above you.
If I get up, it would get a surprise attack on me.
No, only if you move out of its
Attack of opportunity.
range.
I'm fucked. Wait, if I move, because I'm right here now,
Yeah.
on this square. If I move over here behind that wall, am I?
Ooh.
That's a question I can't answer, so I will allow you to do that.
Nice.
I roll over here.
Yeah.
And I get a
Ninja roll.
Death roll.
Death row.
And then I
Hide behind a chair.
Invisible!
What game is that?
Myself on a chair now.
It's a game where you hide from a monster. What game is that called?
Make a stealth check.
and then I try to crouch down here.
Yeah. Then.
But did you use it? Oh, you used an action.
Then
You can use an action to hide.
I'm gonna use fire
Stealth
bolt.
check.
Yeah.
No, guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt.
Yes, first level, and I am going to use my last sorcery point to make it a twin spell. Just need to check if I can do that. Yes,
Legendary twin
and that's
spell.
going to be the last I have, and I'm going to use it to hit both of them. Like try to hit both.
One on each.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the big one is going to be for the big one, and the small one is going to be for the small one.
Gotcha.
And that's
The big one.
the big one is a 25,
I think you hit.
and the small one is a 17.
You hit as well.
Okay.
Boom.
And then
Baby.
we're gonna take 4d6s. And just gonna roll this for the big one. That's 7, 10, 13 radiant damage.
Yeah.
And for the small one, I just need to make sure that it's the right thing I do here. Yes, and for the small one, it's gonna be 3, 8, and 12 damage. radiant damage.
So as you stand up there in the back, and you kind of just fire these two bolts out, what you see is as the first one hits the creature on the left, is as if whenever you watch Blade movies and where it starts to
Yeah.
becomes nothing. That's pretty much happening instantly with the one over there. And the big one, you see how as it kind of penetrates through the backbone, or what would probably have been a backbone had it been a living creature, you just see the two of you standing in front of it, how this thing just becomes like illuminated and just and what is left behind it, you see it's just a small pile of dust in front of it. And we're now out of combat.
Woo! What? I have some keys.
You and I both.
1 second. Can we just pause?
And as a matter of fact, that is where we end today's session.
Level up.
So thank you all so much for tuning in. We will see you all next time.
Yeah.